He was the boss.
He was the boss of all bosses?
Yes, he was the boss of all bosses of anywhere in the world.
Tony?
He was the boss. Tony Accardo.
How come we don't know his name?
Tuna. We don't know his name because this is a guy that was he also worked for Al Capone directly under Frank Nitti. He was one of the shooters in the St. Valentine's Day Massacre and responsible for 1 billion murders, and the man never saw the inside of the jail.
That's why you don't know his name.
That's why you don't know anything about it. You only know about the guys you know about are the guys who were unsuccessful.
Right, like Tony Accardo, if he knew you were chasing 3-year-olds, he would laugh at you, right?
Oh, yeah, no, Tony Accardo would definitely laugh at
you. He would buy you a skirt. He would buy you a skirt.
How old were you? You mean, so Tony Accardo got paid off from, like, guys like your dad, the money trickled upwards, and then, like, Tony Accardo didn't have to pay off anybody. Well, I mean, whoever he did, but he was the guy.
No, he took care of, he paid people. I mean, he had people more on a political payroll where he took care of the people, like, who fixed, the things where they could get windows put in buildings or, stuff like that.
Yeah, but Tony, in other words, Tony was the boss of all bosses. In other words, everyone all over the country.
In the Midwest.
Oh, in the Midwest. So there was
our version. But the New York guys would listen to him, too.
Wow. And then, like, Tony Accardo, he never went to jail.
Never.
Wow.
Never saw the inside of a jail. See, like, he sent my dad to Appalachia when they had the conference, but he didn't go.
Wow.
He was a real background, real down-to-earth guy. And he just stayed out of everybody's way.
Wonder what he was worth when he died.
A lot. As a matter of fact, there's a book called Super Mob about an attorney named Sidney Korshak, who Tony Accardo sent my dad and Charlie Joy out to Beverly Hills to install that guy out here, Jewish guy. And Korshak, because in Chicago, Jewish guys could be, they could be part of it.
Right, they were allowed.
So, yeah, and so just what that guy made alone. I mean, they loaned Conrad Hilton money to buy the Hilton Hotel. Tony Accardo did.
Wow. You know what? I saw Johnny having conversations just like this on British television the last time I was there.
All I know is Johnny.
Yeah, I was talking about this over there. Yeah, on AMC.
Yeah.
Now Johnny's busy with a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old, and Eric.
Right. His father would be embarrassed.
His father would throw him right out of the house.
Oh, yeah, my father. Are you kidding me?
Right. Was he hard on you, your dad? Was he mean to you?
No, my dad. I'm using my dad's method now. I mean, just if anybody has a complaint, buy him some.
Yeah.
That's bottom line.
That's how you take care of the family.
Yeah, Johnny's dad brought home the space shuttle, the actual space shuttle.
The capsule.
Yeah.
Put it in Johnny's backyard for him to play with.
Yeah, he couldn't bring home a shuttle.
He brought the Everly Brothers over to sing for my sister for her birthday one year. Vic Damone came and sang for my sister for her birthday one year. He did anything we wanted. The Globetrotters.
The Globetrotters were at the house.
From Bonanza. Wow. It was wild out.
Your dad got the guys from Bonanza to show up at the house?
Every one of them.
Wow.
Every one of them.
Haas
was there, too. All of them. Every one of them.
What was the occasion? Was it a birthday, or you guys wanted to meet him?
No, they were in town, and my dad grew up with Abe Saperstein.
Right.
And my dad, Abe Saperstein, and there's a writer, I don't know if you know who he is, Howard, Studs Terkel.
Yeah, I know Studs Terkel.
Okay, well, whatever book you look at with Studs Terkel will always talk about my father in every book that he ever wrote. And
so,
always.
Bonanza was the big show of the time, so you said to your dad, hey, I want to meet the cast of Bonanza. So what did he do? How does he get him? How does he muscle him into that?
Well, no, here's what happened. He was raising money to put lights at the Little League Park. And he called Sidney Korshak, and Sidney Korshak arranged for the Bonanza guys to come and do the thing. And like I said on your show, Michael Landon didn't want to ride in the parade.
Right.
So my dad had to choke him a little bit.
Oh, God.
Get him to ride in the parade, but he did.
So did the cast of Bonanza come to your house?
They came to our house, sure.
And so when they show up, what do you do with them? I mean, do they eat dinner with you?
It's kind of interesting because they kind of, you talk to them and all that, but it was kind of interesting because, they're afraid of my dad. They're scared of him.
Right.
You know who would come to our house that was an interesting guy? Melvin Belli, the attorney Melvin Belli.
Uh-huh.
Would come, and he had a little kid named Caesar with him.
But how long would the cast of Bonanza stay at your house? Because I would think after 2 minutes it would be awkward. Like you're saying even Lauren Green was there?
Lauren Green, Little Joe, fucking all of them.
Adam, everybody.
Even Adam, that guy who was barely there?
Pernell Roberts.
Pernell Roberts was there?
Every one of them.
Every one of them.
All of them, yeah. And they were dressed like Bonanza.
Oh, my God. They were in their cowboy outfits?
Yeah, they were in the cowboy outfits.
Hey, my little Johnny wants to see you in your outfits. Go change. So when they show up, are they there for 2 minutes, or are they there for like the...
No, they were there like all day. My mother was cooking, her sisters were cooking, and they fed them,
So they had dinner and everything.
Oh, my God.
Watch TV.
Can you
that wasn't unusual for us. I mean, a lot of people, we had Dean Martin in our house. We had Sammy Davis, Sinatra, Jimmy Durante.
Sinatra and those guys all wanted to hang out with gangsters, right?
Yeah. My dad, what's the funny thing? My dad was not like a Sinatra fanatic, though.
Right.
Like, my dad didn't like Sinatra that much. He didn't like him as a person that much, I don't think.
Right. Because your dad probably was like, what's with this fucking guy? Why does he want to hang out with gangsters so much?
Like, Dean Martin would come, but Dean Martin wasn't trying to be one of them.
Right.
But so my dad liked Dean Martin because he didn't try to put that on.
Right.
So Sinatra acted like a tough guy.
Yeah. The guy he loved was, that would come would be Jackie Gleason. And I kind of think Jackie Gleason might have been one of them.
Wow.
Like, he might have been connected guy somehow. Because he got treated the same way that they treated each other,
Right.
Like, they didn't make a jag-off out of him, you know what I mean?
It's unbelievable. I mean, I'm just picturing the cast of Bonanza coming over for the
in there
for the entire day.
Howard, did you ever see a movie called The Craze?
No.
But it's three brothers that were mafia guys in England during the 60s.
The Craze.
The Craze. Yeah, and they would come. As a matter of fact, I have a picture of my dad and Rocky Marciano and George Raft with the Cray brothers.
When I watch that movie Goodfellas and I see Henry Hill's life and like how they'd open up the Copa to him and anywhere he went they gave him such respect, and all that stuff. They were all afraid of him. And like, man, your house was crazy. Like, he'd get them to come right to the house.
Well, my dad didn't fuck around either. But see, my dad, you know what, Howard? I swear to God, my dad was so charming that, you get diabetes from the guy.
Right.
I'm not
that's
kidding.
How they operate.
My dad was more of a make everybody happy kind of guy.
Yeah, meanwhile, somewhere in the back of your mind, as much as you kind of looked up to your
Isn't
dad.
he nice? He could kill you.
Yeah, you must have been, like, really freaked out by his morality. You know what I mean?
His morality was always described to me as war. Like, in other words, if there's a war, you could send a person to war, and they might have to do the same things that we have to do here because we're in a war.
Right, it was a rationale.
Yeah, there was, and it seemed rational to me then and now.
But you didn't want to go into the business.
No, because I saw people going to jail.
Right.
And then I went to jail for a little while, and I don't like jail.
What were you doing in jail?
What did I do in jail?
No, I mean, how did you end up in jail?
I ended up in jail on a drug charge. I was 24 years old, and they sentenced me to 5 years.
Wow.
On a conspiracy to deliver a controlled substance. And it was cocaine, and then the judge, they couldn't make the charge stick. So then they dropped it to pure conspiracy, which is still 5-year mandatory prison. And then the judge, 11 days after I was in, he changed his mind and he let me out.
Wow. Was your dad still around when this happened?
No. No, my dad was dead. But when he let me out, that was the last thing he did, and he moved to Florida.
Wow. Oh, so did somebody
get... The pay was in.
So who the hell fixed that?
I don't know. some divine intervention that came and helped me out.
Right. So then you decided to lead a very straight life.
I decided that it would be much better to be straight. Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you.
Than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't force you to go in, huh?
No.
And meanwhile...
But, everybody wants to work, you know what I mean? So there's always, like if you got guys around, I could do nightclubs and things like that, and that's what they always wanted. So, every now and then I get kind of bamboozled into running some nightclub or doing something like that, or help it out, setting something up,
Right.
But I never really had to. I don't like, I have a problem with authority. And that's a real bad place to have probably. You can't really have authority issues when you work around these kind of people.
Right,
they don't like that.
It's Johnny. Where are we at with Eric now? Eric, what's going on? Tell us, are you going to be on the TV show In Plain Sight?
Yes, we got all the details worked out.
All right.
And the big issue was transportation, so how are you getting there?
By plane.
Oh,
you are going by plane. Did you notify the airlines about your oxygen tank?
Yes, and I will be calling my oxygen company in the morning to get everything started.
Johnny,
because there is no 30-day thing anymore. So
Johnny, did you have to... I see. Johnny, did you have to intervene at all? Did you get him on the phone with the executive producer of In Plain Sight?
I never got on the phone with him, but we emailed back and forth.
All right. And, Eric, are you still afraid of werewolves? Johnny told you there are werewolves in New Mexico. Are you still feeling nervous about it?
I never said I was afraid of werewolves. That was what you guys put in my mouth.
No, but you said that you weren't sure.
You didn't want to be around him.
You said you weren't sure if there were werewolves.